So I wanted to talk about why you might not feel like your sun sign. Because I have a similar feeling with me being a Pisces. I don't identify with everything that's Piscean, like all the crying and the sensitivity, or wanting to sacrifice myself, or wanting to feel like of service and all of that. Like I really don't want you to need me because I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my freedom. I don't want you to need me. I want you to be independent because I want to be independent and do my own thing. I don't want you, being codependent and all that shit. I want my freedom. But I think Pisces is misunderstood too. Like, because we can be detached. I mean, it's Neptune. We can be detached. Pisces is a deep sign, but I'm not here to go into that today. But yeah. So look at when you get your chart, and you don't have to have your exact time. It helps because if you like on a cusp, or if you have like you at 29 degrees of a planet, you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't know your birth time, you could be like really something else, and it's just based on degrees. You don't really know. Um, but anyways, I think for the most part, if you put noon, you might be okay. That's what I heard from astrologers, is to put noon if you don't know your time of birth. Um, and some planets, I think most of them don't really move that fast. It's the rising sign that moves like every 2 hours, and the moon moves every 30 days, right? So 28, 30 days. So, anyways, so let's just say, do 12 noon. It gives you about a good idea of what placements your planets are in. But anyways, Mercury rules your mind, or how you think. The moon is your emotions, and then Mars, that's your energy level, like your core being. So for example, I'm a Pisces. I have a Mercury in Aquarius, and then a Capricorn Mars. I'm more like a Capricorn. you know I feel like I can be boring to people. Then I have the Virgo moon, more maybe boredom for some people, but I'm a very earthy Pisces. you know because of the earth in my chart, it anchors me, and it helps me not to get like lose myself into spirituality to where it's dangerous, to where I'm like a part of some cult, or I'm just believing in some wild shit without any real um concrete, just logic, just believing some wild shit, believing whatever anybody says. But because of that, I'm more of a, I'll listen to you, and I'll look into what you're saying, and I'm very critical of what people are saying. Any type of religion. Now, I can respect any religion. I can get a message from any kind of religion, but I'm very critical of what they're saying. And does that shit sound crazy or not? Or does it make sense, or does it sound like real sadistic? Like, I'm very, very critical. And I think it's because my moon is in Virgo, and you're so much more than your sun sign, and that's probably why a lot of people sometimes don't really feel like their sun sign, is because your Mars is in something else. You know, uh, my like someone I know, he's a fire sign, but his Mars is in water, And so the sign he's in is known as not being very attached, very non-committal, but his Mars sign is very much like committed to a relationship, very much like to be bound to somebody. So, that's why you can possibly not feel like your sign. Like Aquarius, I very much identify with Aquarius. Very much so. Because I'm unconventional. I think of things maybe in a different way. I can be very taboo. So, and then besides like just Mercury, Mars, and your moon being in certain planets and stuff like that, you got stuff that can conjunct your sun and really throw off what your sign is. Yeah, if you got some planet conjuncting your sun, it's gonna make you like that planet. Okay, so like if you're a Sag and you got Neptune conjuncting your sun, you might be a little Neptunian with your Sag. Your Mars is opposing something else or conjuncting something else. Like not your Mars, but your moon is conjuncting other shit. This is altering your personality. People are very deep. People are very complex and very layered. So if you don't feel like your sun sign, that's okay, because you're more than that. You're so many different things than your sun sign. I mean, it goes deep. Hell, we really all of them. We're all of them. And then certain aspects of our personality come out in different situations, because I'm pretty laid back. I'm not confrontational or aggressive. I would say I can be assertive, but I'm not aggressive or in your face. But I have Venus, Mars, a Venus, Aries, or Aries and Venus. I always say that stuff backwards. I know somebody will correct me, and that's fine. But yeah, my Venus is in Aries, so no, I'm not aggressive like in everyday life, but it come out like in private. It comes out in private. It comes out when I'm bonded with somebody. That side comes out. And then I'm very ambitious. But that could come from other things. That could come from my Mars and Capricorn. So it's so complex. So, if you don't feel like your sun sign, there's a reason why.